Lieutenant Alex Carter stood at the observation deck of the spaceship Odyssey, staring at the uncharted planet below. Its surface shimmered with colors he had never seen. Emerald green forests stretching over jagged mountains, rivers that sparkled like liquid crystal, and skies that shifted from deep purple to soft pink as the light of the distant sun touched the atmosphere. Humanity had explored many worlds before, but there was something about this planet that made Alex's heart race. Something alive. Lieutenant Carter, sensors are picking up a life-form anomaly near your location, said Commander Vega over the comlink. Her voice was calm but carried a trace of excitement. It's tiny, possibly microscopic, but intelligent. We've never seen readings like this. Alex felt a thrill of curiosity. Tiny, intelligent life? That was rare even in the far reaches of explored space. He grabbed his portable scanner and moved toward the surface access hatch. The Odyssey had landed safely on a plateau of smooth, glass-like rock, reflecting the strange colors of the planet's sky. Every step Alex took made a faint sound, like stepping on crystal shards. The scanner beeped faster and faster. "Here," Alex whispered, crouching near a glowing patch of moss. Something moved within it, a small, trembling creature. At first, it seemed like a tiny glowing orb, no bigger than a human hand. But then he saw the movement, limbs or appendages, and the light pulsing from its body. It seemed almost like it was trying to communicate. The alien stopped moving when it saw him. Alex froze, studying the creature. Its glow shifted from blue to soft orange, then back to blue. He had never seen life that expressed emotion through color. And then came the sound. Tiny musical chimes, delicate and clear. Somehow, Alex understood it wasn't random. The creature was trying to speak. "It's intelligent," Alex muttered to himself. He raised his scanner, which started, translating the patterns of light and sound into basic signals. Slowly, words appeared on the screen. "Help. Free. Please." Alex's heart quickened. Help it. Free it. How had it ended up trapped on this strange planet? And who or what had put it there? He scanned the area and noticed a faint energy, barrier, surrounding the tiny alien. It was invisible to the naked eye, but clearly marked on his instruments. Whatever held the creature was advanced technology, far beyond anything humanity had built, and the more Alex looked, the more he realized. This barrier was designed specifically to contain this small being. The alien's glow flickered faster, almost urgently. Its tiny musical tones shifted, sounding almost like a plea. "Please, I do not want to stay trapped." Alex glanced back at the landing pod. He could report it, wait for backup. That was the safe choice. But then he saw the tiny alien stretch its delicate limbs toward him, the glow brightening as if trying to show trust. Something inside Alex stirred, a mixture of compassion and wonder. I think I can get you out," he whispered. He knelt and carefully examined the barrier's structure. His hand hovered over the control interface of the field. If he bypassed the protocols, he could disable it, but it was risky. A mistake could fry the alien, or trigger an alarm throughout the ship. The creature pulsed brighter, almost like it was encouraging him. Alex's mind raced. Humanity had faced countless risks in exploring the stars, but this was different. This was about life, intelligent life that had never been seen before. And Alex knew in that instant that some things were worth the risk. He reached out, touching the interface, and began the override sequence. The scanner beeped wildly, and the energy field shimmered like a liquid prism. The tiny alien quivered, with every pulse of the barrier. Alex's fingers worked quickly, heart hammering, until finally, with a soft hum, the field dissipated. The alien blinked, free at last. Its light shone steadily now, soft and warm, and it scuttled toward Alex. without fear. It circled his hand, then hovered in front of his face, almost studying him. Alex felt a strange connection, as if the alien was thanking him in the only way it knew how. But before he could relax, a warning sounded on his scanner. The ship's security system had detected the breach. A containment protocol override was a serious offense, even for someone of Alex's rank. He swore under his breath, but his attention was quickly drawn back to the alien. Suddenly, a small drone emerged from the shadows, a security patrol automated, armed with energy tasers. The alien's glow shifted rapidly, almost frightened. Without thinking, Alex stepped in front of it, raising his scanner like a shield. But then something remarkable happened. The alien reached out a tiny limb, and a soft pulse of energy shot from its body. The drone jerked violently, circuits sparking, and then collapsed in a harmless heap. Alex stared in shock. This tiny creature had powers. It wasn't just intelligent. It was extraordinary. The alien hovered beside him, its glow calm and bright now. Its little musical tones shifted, sounding almost like laughter. Alex smiled, realizing it was communicating gratitude. "You're amazing," he whispered. "I don't know who you are or where you came from, but I think I just made a friend." For the first time on this lonely expedition, Alex felt truly alive. He looked out at the alien planet, the colors shifting, in the strange light, and thought about the infinite possibilities ahead. Humanity had reached for the stars, but now he understood. There were lives in the universe that were beyond imagination, waiting for someone to notice, to care, to understand, and he knew this was only the beginning. Alex Carter tightened his grip on the portable scanner as the tiny alien hovered beside him, its light pulsing softly. The drone lay in a harmless heap, circuits fried, but the alarm continued to blare in the distance. The ship's security system was not pleased. He knew they would not understand the situation. They would see only a breach of protocol. "Come on," Alex whispered, crouching and scanning the area. The alien floated closer, its light forming a gentle halo around him. Somehow, it seemed to understand exactly what he was thinking. Every time he paused, it tilted its small head, as if urging him forward. They moved quickly, staying low among jagged rocks that jutted from the glass-like plateau. The alien's glow illuminated the path ahead. Alex noticed something remarkable. It seemed to interact with the environment. Small stones and debris moved slightly as it hovered nearby, like the air itself was bending to its presence. A sudden flash in his scanner made Alex freeze. Another security drone appeared, much larger than the first, with a long, flexible arm armed with a scanning beam. The alien's glow brightened, almost as if it sensed the danger before Alex could react. "Stay behind me," Alex muttered, holding up the scanner. The drone's beam swept past, and he ducked instinctively. But then, the alien emitted a pulse of light, sending ripples through the ground. The drone twitched violently, its sensors confused, and it toppled over like a toppled tree. Alex's jaw dropped. "You saved us again," he whispered, a mix of awe and relief in his voice. He bent closer, examining the tiny alien. Its luminescence shifted soft blues and gentle oranges blending together as if it were smiling. "Okay, little friend," Alex said. "We need to move fast. The ship's alarms are going to bring reinforcements." The alien responded with a series of rapid, chime-like tones. Alex watched the lights pulse in patterns on its body. Using his scanner, he translated the signals into the closest approximation of words. "Follow me. Safe place." Without hesitation, Alex followed. The alien led him down a narrow canyon where walls of crystal-like rock reflected the strange sky in shimmering patterns. Every step was cautious. One wrong move could trigger another alarm. But the alien seemed to know the terrain perfectly. Suddenly, the canyon opened into a lush valley filled with plants that glowed faintly in the dim light. Bioluminescent flowers, vines that pulsed like heartbeat lines, and streams that shimmered in colors Alex had never seen made the place look like a living dream. This is incredible, Alex breathed. How did you even survive here? The alien floated over to a small pool of water, dipping a tiny limb in. The water rippled outward, sending waves that reflected its light in every direction. Alex watched in fascination, realizing that the creature's presence seemed to interact with everything. It was not just intelligent, it was part of this planet, in a way humans could barely understand. Okay, Alex said. We need to hide from the ship long enough to figure out what's next. He sat beside the pool, trying to calm his racing mind. The alien hovered near him, its glow dimming, as if it understood he needed time to think. Hours passed. Alex studied the alien, fascinated by its unique biology. It had a fragile, almost crystalline body, yet it radiated an energy that felt stronger than anything he had ever encountered. Its light patterns were expressive, showing emotion, curiosity, and intelligence in ways words could never capture. Then, the alien did something unexpected. It extended a tiny limb toward Alex's hand, and a pulse of energy flowed through the scanner he was holding. Images and sensations flooded his mind. Visions of its home planet, the creatures it lived with, and the dangers it had faced. Alex staggered, overwhelmed, but he caught himself. You're showing me everything, he said in amazement. The alien's light shifted again, soft and steady. It was a gesture of trust. Alex felt a deep connection forming, a bond that went beyond language or species. But peace was short-lived. A distant roar echoed through the valley. Alex looked up to see a massive search drone descending from the sky. Unlike the others, it had multiple limbs and scanning eyes, built to capture or neutralize anything intelligent. The alien pulsed brightly and darted toward Alex. "We have to move now!" he shouted, grabbing his scanner. The tiny creature led him through the valley, weaving between glowing plants and leaping over streams. Every time the massive drone got close, the alien emitted pulses of energy that disrupted its sensors. Finally, they reached a cave hidden behind a waterfall of glowing liquid. The alien hovered inside, its light dimming in relief. Alex sat on a rock, catching his breath. He looked at the tiny being with awe. You saved both of us," he said quietly. "I don't know how, but I think you want to help me as much as I want to help you." The alien's glow responded, forming patterns that the scanner translated as friend, trust, free. Alex smiled. "Yeah, free. That's what you wanted, and I want to help you in return." They sat together in silence for a while. Outside, the massive drone roamed the valley, unable to locate them. Alex realized the tiny alien's intelligence and abilities were far beyond what humans had ever seen. This wasn't just a creature, it was a new chapter in understanding life, freedom, and connection in the universe. By the dim light of the glowing cave, Alex made a decision. He would protect this tiny being, learn from it, and ensure that it remained free. He had no idea how dangerous it might be or what challenges lay ahead, but he knew one thing: some risks were worth taking, especially for friendship, freedom, and the chance to discover the unknown. As night fell over the strange planet, the tiny alien floated closer to Alex, its glow a steady, warm light. For the first time, he felt that humanity's journey among the stars was not just about exploration or technology. It was about connection, understanding, and the courage to do what was right, even when it was dangerous. And in that glowing cave on a world untouched by human hands, a bond formed that would change everything. The cave was quiet now, the faint glow of the alien's body illuminating the walls with soft patterns of color. Alex Carter sat cross-legged on a rock, trying to catch his breath and organize his thoughts. Outside, the strange planet stretched endlessly, bathed in the soft light of twin moons. Every shadow seemed alive, every ripple in the glowing streams, hinting at mysteries Alex had yet to discover. The tiny alien hovered in front of him, its glow pulsating slowly, almost thoughtfully. Alex watched it carefully. He knew this creature was more than just intelligent. It had abilities, knowledge, and senses beyond human understanding. But now, after the adrenaline of escape, there was something different in the air, something almost deliberate. Alex tilted his head. "You've helped me more than I could imagine," he said quietly. "Saved me from those drones. Guided me through the valley. And now you're here, calm. What do you want from me?" The alien tilted its head and a series of light pulses spread across its body. The scanner translated them. Freedom and gift. Alex frowned, confused. A gift? One night? Knowledge? Share. The translation paused, struggling to keep up with the alien's complex patterns. See? World. Through. Eyes. Mine. Alex blinked. "You want me to see the world through your eyes? To experience your perspective?" The alien glowed steadily, as if confirming. Alex could feel the gravity of the offer. This was no ordinary gift. To see the universe as this alien saw it, it could be overwhelming. He might see colors humans could not perceive, understand life forms in ways no human ever had, and experience knowledge far beyond human comprehension. He took a deep breath, weighing the decision. On one hand, it was risky. He had no idea what such an experience could do to him, his mind, his body, even his perception of reality. But on the other hand, this was unique. Humanity had always sought understanding, and here, offered freely, was a chance to expand that understanding in ways that could change everything. Alex nodded slowly. "All right," he said. "I'll do it, but you have to promise me. No harm. I trust you." The alien's light brightened, a rapid sequence of colors that Alex's scanner translated as trust, mutual, safe. He watched as it hovered closer, its glow surrounding him in soft waves of light. Then, almost imperceptibly, a stream of energy flowed from the alien into Alex's body. He felt a tingling sensation, like gentle electricity dancing beneath his skin. His vision blurred, and suddenly, the cave, the valley, and even the distant mountains disappeared. Alex opened his eyes to see the universe in a way he never had. Colors beyond description stretched across the cosmos, wavelengths humans could not perceive. He saw the tiny threads that connected stars, planets, and life forms, an invisible web of energy, life, and thought. The alien's perspective allowed him to feel not just its consciousness, but its history, its culture, and its deep connection to the world around it. Time seemed to stretch. Alex saw alien creatures of all shapes and sizes interacting in perfect harmony. Plants that communicated through light, and rivers that carried information like data streams. He felt the joys, fears, and hopes of beings across the galaxy in an instant. It was overwhelming, beautiful, and frightening all at once. The alien guided him gently, helping him process the torrent of knowledge. Alex realized something profound. Intelligence was not just about logic or tools. It was about connection, empathy, and understanding the world from multiple perspectives. The tiny alien, though small and fragile, was a master of this truth. Hours, or perhaps seconds, passed. Alex had no sense of linear time anymore. He felt the alien's gratitude, its longing for freedom, and its joy in sharing knowledge. And, in return, he offered something too: trust, curiosity, and the promise that he would protect it. When the transfer ended, Alex collapsed to the cave floor, breathing hard, overwhelmed but exhilarated. The alien hovered beside him, glowing softly, almost like a teacher waiting for a student to rise. You... I... I've never seen anything like that, Alex whispered, still processing the experience. It's incredible. Thank you. The alien's glow shifted, forming gentle waves that the scanner translated as share, protect, remember. Alex realized what it meant. The gift was not just for him, it was for humanity. By understanding even a fraction of the alien's perspective, he had gained insights that could advance human knowledge, technology, and understanding of the universe. But more importantly, he had learned something deeply personal. Empathy and freedom were the true measures of intelligence. He looked at the tiny being, now resting lightly on a rock beside him. "You didn't just give me knowledge," he said softly. "You've shown me what it means to care, to protect, to truly see life. And I promise I won't forget." The alien's light pulsed slowly, as if nodding in approval. Alex could sense it was ready to continue their journey. But he knew the world outside the cave was dangerous. The ship's systems would not stop searching, and there were forces he did not yet understand. "We'll need a plan," Alex said, determination rising in his chest. "You've shown me what you can do. Now we need to make sure you stay free, and maybe we can use what I've learned to help others too." The alien's glow brightened again, forming intricate patterns. The scanner interpreted it. Together. Safe. Future. Alex nodded, feeling a surge of hope. The night had been more than just a gift of knowledge. It had been a turning point. He realized that humanity's journey in space was not just about exploration or conquest. It was about understanding, cooperation, and learning from the lives around them. Outside, the planet's sky was alive with stars and shifting colors, as if celebrating the bond forming in the hidden cave. Alex stood, brushing dust from his uniform, and extended his hand toward the tiny alien. It floated onto his palm, glowing softly, a tiny heartbeat of light in his hand. "All right, little friend," he said, smiling. "Let's see what comes next." And in that moment, Alex understood something profound. Sometimes the smallest beings could teach the greatest lessons, and the universe had more to offer than any human mind could imagine. The adventure was far from over, but now Alex and the tiny alien faced it together. Alex Carter stepped carefully over the glowing rocks at the edge of the hidden valley, the tiny alien hovering beside him like a living lantern. Its soft light pulsed in rhythm with the strange planet, casting gentle shadows that danced across the crystal-like formations. The night sky stretched above them, filled with stars that seemed closer than anywhere Alex had ever been. For a moment, he simply marveled at the beauty of it all, feeling both small and connected to the universe, in a way he had never imagined. "We have to find a safe route back to the ship," Alex said, his voice low. "But I also want to understand more about you and your world." The alien's glow brightened as if acknowledging his words. Its tiny musical tones shifted into a sequence that the scanner translated. Show, guide, learn. Alex smiled. Clearly, it wanted to teach him, just as it had the night before. As they moved through the valley, Alex noticed subtle changes in the alien's interactions with the environment. Plants bent slightly as it passed, streams shimmered brighter, and even the wind seemed to carry its energy forward. He realized that the tiny creature's presence affected everything around it, not just physically, but energetically. It was as if the planet itself recognized the alien as part of its natural balance. "This planet, it reacts to you," Alex murmured. "You're part of it, more than I thought." The alien hovered closer, its light flickering in agreement. They reached a narrow canyon lined with towering crystalline spires. The alien paused, scanning the path ahead. Then it darted forward, guiding Alex through a maze of sharp rocks and reflective surfaces. Every movement seemed precise, almost graceful. Alex followed closely, trusting the alien's instincts completely. Suddenly, a loud rumble shook the canyon. Alex stumbled, gripping a spire for balance. The alien hovered protectively over him, its glow flaring bright. From the shadows, enormous creatures emerged, unfamiliar, multi-limbed beings, their eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. They did not attack immediately, but their presence alone sent a warning. This territory was dangerous. Alex froze, realizing that the tiny alien had led him into uncharted territory. But then he noticed something remarkable. The alien's glow interacted with the creatures. The light pulsed in complex patterns, and the creatures paused, their aggression subsiding. Alex watched in awe as the tiny being communicated not with words or weapons, but with energy and light. "They understand you," Alex whispered. "You're negotiating." The alien's glow dimmed and flickered gently and slowly. The creatures retreated into the shadows. Alex exhaled, heart pounding. That was incredible. You didn't just guide me. You protected me without violence." The alien hovered beside him, light softening, and the scanner translated a single phrase: balance, respect, life. Alex smiled, feeling a deep respect for the creature. Despite its small size, it wielded power, intelligence, and wisdom far beyond human measure. As they continued, Alex noticed new patterns forming in the alien's glow, complex sequences that suggested it was teaching him something. He concentrated, trying to follow along. Slowly, he began to understand the planet's rhythms, the way energy flowed through the rivers, the communication among plants, even the subtle pulses that connected all living things. This is knowledge," Alex murmured. "You're showing me how life is connected, how everything depends on everything else." The alien's light shifted in a way that the scanner translated as share, protect, grow. Alex realized that this knowledge was more than survival. It was about harmony. It was about understanding life in a way humans rarely considered. Hours passed as they journeyed deeper into the canyon. Alex learned to anticipate the alien's movements, to recognize the subtle changes in the environment, and to read the flows of energy that connected all things. He began to feel part of the planet itself, as if the alien's gift from the night before had not ended, but continued with every step. Suddenly, they reached a cliff edge overlooking a vast valley filled with glowing vegetation and shimmering rivers. Alex gasped at the sight. It was breathtaking, an entire ecosystem pulsing with energy and life, all connected in ways he could feel through the alien's guidance. This is extraordinary," he said quietly. "I've never seen anything like it." The alien hovered in front of him, light steady, almost proud. The scanner translated a simple phrase: world, alive, understand. Alex knew the moment was important. It was not just about exploration. It was about insight, learning, and respect for life beyond humanity. He realized that the tiny alien was teaching him the greatest lesson of all. The universe was vast, beautiful, and interconnected, and humans had only begun to understand their place within it. But the peace was temporary. In the distance, he saw the faint outline of another large drone, scanning the valley for intruders. Its sensors were far more advanced than the ones they had faced before. Alex's heart sank, knowing that the alien's freedom was still at risk. "We have to move," he whispered urgently. The alien pulsed brightly and darted forward, guiding him through a narrow, hidden path along the cliff's edge. Every step was careful, calculated, but Alex began to trust the alien completely. He had learned its rhythms, its ways of perceiving the world, and he followed without hesitation. The path led them to a natural alcove, a hidden cave system where the alien's energy could remain undisturbed. Alex crouched inside, breathing, heavily but relieved. The alien hovered near him, its glow calming, almost as if to reassure him that they were safe for now. You're incredible," Alex whispered. "I don't know how we'll make it back to the ship, but I know we can survive. Together." The alien's glow pulsed gently, and the scanner translated a single word. "Together." Alex sat down beside the tiny creature, reflecting on the journey so far. He had discovered more than just a new life form. He had discovered a new way of seeing the universe. Every lesson from the alien, every pulse of light, every rhythm of energy was a reminder that intelligence, courage, and empathy were far more powerful than weapons or technology. Outside, the planet's night continued, filled with shimmering colors, distant sounds, and the quiet rhythm of life. Inside the hidden alcove, Alex and the tiny alien rested, preparing for the challenges ahead. The journey was far from over, but together, they had already begun to learn what it meant to truly explore the universe. And in that moment, Alex felt a quiet certainty. No matter what dangers lay ahead, he and the tiny alien would face them side by side, guided by trust, knowledge, and the bond they had formed. Alex Carter awoke to the soft glow of the tiny alien hovering nearby. The hidden alcove was quiet, the only sound the faint hum of the planet's energy flowing through the walls. Alex stretched, feeling a strange calm despite the tension of the past days. The alien's presence was comforting, its soft pulsing light a steady reminder of the bond they shared. "Morning," Alex whispered. "I guess we need to figure out our next move." The alien responded with a series of light pulses that the scanner translated. "Observe, learn, act." Alex nodded, realizing that this world still held many secrets. The night's journey had taught him more than he could have imagined. The alien's abilities, the hidden connections of the planet, and the delicate balance of life. But he also understood that freedom came with responsibility. Protecting the tiny being meant facing dangers he could not yet predict. They moved carefully through the alcove's narrow passages, emerging into a valley that shimmered in the early light. Streams glowed faintly, and plants waved as if greeting them. Alex was struck again by the alien's connection to the environment. It floated ahead, guiding him along a hidden path that avoided the patrol drones still searching the area. Suddenly, a loud alarm echoed across the valley. Alex froze. The drones had located another section of the alien's territory. But before he could react, the tiny creature pulsed its light in a rapid sequence, sending a wave of energy that disrupted the drone's sensors. They twitched, spun, and finally collapsed harmlessly onto the glowing grass. Alex stared in awe. You really are extraordinary," he said quietly. "And all you want is to survive freely." The alien hovered close, its glow soft and calm. The scanner translated freedom, understanding, balance. Alex realized something important. This wasn't just about keeping the alien safe. Its abilities could help humanity learn new ways to interact with life, energy, and technology, without causing harm. But with such knowledge came great risk. If the wrong people discovered it, they might try to exploit the creature. They continued deeper into the valley, and Alex noticed subtle changes in the terrain. The alien led him to a cluster of plants that glowed with a deeper light. As they approached, Alex felt a faint vibration in the ground, a rhythm almost like a heartbeat. The alien hovered in front of one of the plants, touching it gently with a limb. Instantly, the plant's glow intensified, and Alex felt waves of information flow into his mind. He staggered, overwhelmed by the sudden influx of knowledge. The alien's gift from the night before seemed to continue, allowing him to perceive the planet's systems and life forms in ways that were almost impossible to describe. He could see how energy flowed through the plants, the water, and even the rocks, connecting everything in a delicate network of life. This is incredible," he whispered. "I can feel the planet itself, alive." The alien's light pulsed gently, as if in agreement. Hours passed as Alex explored, guided by the tiny creature. He learned about the subtle signals that plants use to communicate, the way water carried information across the valley, and even the patterns that predicted the movements of unseen creatures. The alien's guidance was precise, almost like a teacher leading a student through the most advanced classroom imaginable. But then, the consequences of their actions became clear. The energy waves from the alien and Alex's presence began affecting nearby drone sensors, sending false readings back to the ship. Alex realized that their activity could draw attention, possibly from forces much stronger than the patrol drones they had already faced. "We need to be careful," he warned. "Every step we take here could alert others." The alien hovered closer, its light flickering in what the scanner translated as caution, aware, prepared. Alex smiled. Despite the danger, he felt more confident than ever. The knowledge he had gained from the alien was unlike anything humanity had encountered. He could predict environmental changes, understand life patterns, and even sense energy flows in a way that could prevent disasters. But he also knew that such understanding carried responsibility. Freedom was fragile, and the alien's life depended on careful choices. As they prepared to move toward a safer location, Alex's scanner picked up an anomaly, an unknown energy signature approaching the valley. He tensed, realizing it was larger than the previous drones, more advanced, and likely dangerous. The alien glowed brightly, pulsing rapidly, signaling Alex to stay calm. Together, they devised a plan. Alex would use the alien's guidance to navigate a hidden path through the valley, avoiding direct confrontation, while the tiny creature prepared to defend itself if necessary. Every step required careful timing, precise observation, and complete trust. Alex realized how much he had grown in understanding the alien's perspective, the rhythms of the world, the subtle cues, and the patterns that guided survival. The unknown energy signature drew closer, and Alex felt the tension building. He followed the alien's lead, moving silently, observing every detail. The alien emitted waves of light that disrupted sensors and guided them through narrow passages invisible to any drone. Alex felt a surge of admiration for the tiny being. Its intelligence and skill were unmatched, and its dedication to freedom was inspiring. Finally, they reached a hidden grove, shielded by dense, glowing vegetation. The energy signature passed without detecting them. Alex exhaled, relief flooding through him. He looked at the alien, whose light pulsed slowly, almost like a heartbeat. "You did it," he whispered. "We made it. Safe for now." The alien hovered close, light softening. The scanner translated a single word. Together. Alex realized the lesson the tiny creature had been teaching him all along. Knowledge, trust, and courage were more powerful than weapons or technology. By working together, respecting life, and understanding the universe, humans could achieve greatness without destruction. As night fell over the valley, Alex sat beside the alien, reflecting on the consequences of their actions. They had gained knowledge, strength, and understanding, but they had also drawn attention. The challenges ahead would be greater, and the responsibility heavier. Yet Alex felt ready. With the tiny alien by his side, he knew humanity could learn, grow, and protect life in ways that were both powerful and ethical. And as the stars sparkled above, Alex understood that the journey was far from over. The alien had given him more than freedom. It had given him purpose, insight, and the knowledge that humanity's greatest strength lay not in conquest, but in connection, courage, and the wisdom to act wisely. Together, they would face whatever came next. The valley was quiet now, bathed in the soft glow of the twin moons. Alex Carter sat on a rock, the tiny alien hovering beside him, its light pulsing gently like a heartbeat. The days of fleeing patrol drones, navigating hidden canyons, and learning, the rhythms of the planet felt like a distant memory. Yet the lessons he had learned would remain forever. Alex looked at the tiny creature, amazed at how something so small could hold so much power and wisdom. "You've taught me more than I could have imagined," he said softly. "Not just about your world, but about how we should be as humans, curious, brave, and respectful of life." The alien's glow shifted in response, forming patterns that the scanner translated as share, guide, future. Alex understood. The tiny being wanted its knowledge to help more than just him. It wanted humanity to learn, to grow, and to act with understanding and compassion. He rose and began, recording the events in the ship's log. His voice was steady, precise, and filled with awe. Unknown planet discovered. Intelligent life detected. Highly advanced bioluminescent species demonstrates extraordinary energy manipulation, environmental understanding, and interconnectivity with living systems. Encountered individual demonstrates intelligence, empathy, and cooperative behavior, far beyond human standards. Recommended study and ethical engagement only, freedom preserved. As he spoke, the alien floated near, its light flickering softly. Alex realized that humanity had gained more than knowledge. They had gained inspiration. The tiny creature had shown him what it truly meant to be intelligent, to act with empathy, to protect life, and to seek understanding rather than control. Over the next days, Alex and the alien explored the planet carefully, mapping safe areas and understanding the intricate connections of life. Each step deepened Alex's appreciation for the alien's abilities. He could feel the pulse of the rivers, the rhythms of the plants, and even the subtle communications of unseen creatures. With every observation, he understood more clearly how freedom and balance were intertwined. But the practicalities of returning to the Odyssey loomed. The ship's sensors were still scanning the valley, and while the alien's powers had helped them avoid detection so far, Alex knew they could not remain hidden forever. He approached the tiny being with care. "We need to return," he said quietly. "I'll do everything I can to keep you safe, but you belong with your world, or at least beyond the reach of those who might harm you." The alien hovered close, its glow softening, almost contemplative. The scanner translated its light. Trust, follow, guide. Alex nodded, understanding that it would cooperate, but on its own terms. The journey back to the Odyssey was tense but successful. The alien's energy pulses guided Alex past patrols, through hidden valleys and over crystal bridges. Every step was precise, every movement thoughtful. Alex felt a deep respect for its intelligence and courage. When they finally approached the landing pod, Alex paused. "This is it," he said. "We made it, but I want you to be safe, wherever you go." The alien hovered above the landing platform, glowing steadily. Its light formed a sequence that the scanner translated. "Remember, teach, protect." Alex smiled. He understood. The alien was leaving, but it had given humanity a gift far greater than technology or weapons. It had given insight into life, freedom, and the bonds that connected all living beings. The tiny creature darted forward suddenly, touching Alex's shoulder with a small limb. A pulse of energy flowed through him, and for a moment, he saw the universe through its eyes once again. He felt the rhythms of distant stars, the connections between worlds, and the delicate balance that sustained life. Then it was gone, leaving Alex with a profound sense of wonder and responsibility. He stepped onto the landing pod, looking back at the valley one last time. The planet's glow seemed to shimmer in farewell, a silent acknowledgement of the bond they had shared. Alex knew this encounter would change humanity's approach to exploration. It was not conquest that defined greatness. It was understanding, empathy, and the courage to protect life. Back aboard the Odyssey, Alex reported the encounter in full detail. The captain listened intently, impressed by the thorough observations and the evidence of the aliens' intelligence. "This changes everything," the captain said finally. "We've always sought knowledge, but this is a lesson in wisdom, not just science." Alex nodded. "It taught me that curiosity without respect can be dangerous, but understanding and cooperation can be revolutionary. We've gained knowledge, yes, but more importantly, we've learned how to act wisely." The ship's scientists and officers began studying the data, eager to apply the lessons responsibly. Alex continued to advocate for ethical exploration, emphasizing freedom and protection over exploitation. The tiny alien had shown that humanity could grow, not by dominating the universe, but by learning from it. Months passed, and the story of the tiny alien spread among the crew. It became a symbol of hope, intelligence, and compassion. Young explorers were inspired by the tale, understanding that even the smallest beings could teach the greatest lessons. Humanity began preparing future missions with these principles in mind, prioritizing respect, empathy, and the careful pursuit of knowledge. Alex often thought of the alien, wondering if it was exploring distant stars, guiding other life forms, or simply enjoying its freedom. He hoped it knew the impact it had made, not just on him, but on all of humanity. One evening, as the Odyssey sailed through the endless black of space, Alex stood at the observation deck, looking at a distant nebula. His heart felt full. Humanity had reached far into the stars, but now, with the lessons of the tiny alien, they could do so wisely. Courage, understanding, and empathy were as important as technology or skill. And in the quiet glow of distant stars, Alex made a promise to carry the lessons forward, to honor the gift of freedom, and to protect the wonders of life wherever they might be found. The tiny alien had offered him a gift beyond measure, and humanity would not forget. The universe was vast, filled with unknown worlds and intelligent life waiting to be discovered. But Alex knew this truth. Humanity's greatest strength lay not in what they could take, but in how they chose to act. Curiosity, courage, and compassion would guide them, and the tiny alien's gift would shine as a light for generations to come. And so, the journey continued, not just of exploration, but of understanding, respect, and the enduring promise of a future built on wisdom, friendship, and the belief that even the smallest beings could inspire greatness.